You have been watching the senior pictures provided by our outstanding yearbook class, as well as the video excerpts from Topeka West Monthly provided by our television and video classes, which can be found on the Topeka West television channel on YouTube. Each month of the school year is accounted for there so that you can relive this exciting school year that we have experienced. I would first like to thank two valued programs at Topeka West. First, please share a round of applause for Ms. Jennifer Miller and the Topeka West video production classes for creating today's year in review video. Second, please join us in showing our appreciation for the Topeka West Symphonic Band under the direction of Mr. Barry Evans and Mr. Kevin Harry for their performance today. In just a few minutes, we'll begin today's formal ceremony, but first, in accordance with the Kansas State Fire Marshal regulations, we request that you take a brief moment to identify two emergency exits nearest you. We have checked these exits and their emergency equipment in the building and verify they're available for use in case of an emergency. In the event of an emergency, please pay close attention to the announcer or your usher for important life safety information. In keeping with the dignity and reverence of today's ceremony, please be advised that the use of air horns or any noisemaker are strictly prohibited. Each graduate is special to those ones who have gathered today to celebrate this momentous occasion in the journey of life. We do ask that as each graduate's name is read, the applause be appropriate to the honor, dignity, and decorum of today's formal event. We want to ensure each graduate and his or her guests are able to hear the names being read. In addition, we request that you silence your cell phones at this time. Lastly, as the graduates enter the arena, the honored guests on the platform will rise. We ask that you rise at this time as we honor the Topeka West class of 2019. During the processional, we would ask that the audience to refrain from individual student recognition. At the conclusion of the entry of all today's participants, please remain standing for the posting of the colors by the Topeka West Junior ROTC Color Guard under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel James Hall, and for the national anthem sung by Topeka West singers. As a customary, gentlemen are requested to remove their hats. Following the national anthem, the choir perform a piece under the direction of Mr. Andrew Huff. Please remain standing as the singers and concert choir members come forward and for the posting of the colors.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's first gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
You may be seated.
Get ready for the revolution. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. It's coming to you now. Yeah, it's coming to you now.
Rising up now, the tide is turning. Feel the heat, yeah, the fire's burning.
No hesitation, a generation leads us onward.
Start the clock, now the game is changing. Curtains up and the lights are blazing. We're never gonna turn this dream around.
We'll never turn around.
Get ready for the
Get ready for the revolution.
You're witnessing an
You're witnessing an evolution. Feel the rush and the race is on, yeah. Turn it up, it's your favorite song, yeah. Our motivation, our inspiration feeds on the fire. There's a light on the new horizon. There's a dream that our hopes are
Thank you, Mr. Huff, singers and concert choir. Good morning. I'm Dustin Dick, principal at Topeka West High School, and it's my pleasure to introduce the individuals on stage with me this morning. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Dr. Michael Morrison, President of the Board of Education. Miss Nancy Kirk, Vice President. Board members, Miss Janelle Johnson, Dr. Scott Mickelson, Reverend John Williams, and Mr. Patrick Woods. Dr. Tiffany Anderson, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Colin Cathy, Associate Principal, Mr. Bo Carroll, Assistant Principal, Miss Laura Nichols, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Andrea York, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Jackie Van Patten, Counselor, Mrs. Brooke Mulford, Counselor, Miss LaShawna Harris, Counselor, Miss Roxana Peraza, Counselor, and Miss Elizabeth Kalani, Teacher and Commencement Speaker. At this time, I would like to welcome the 2019 Senior Class President to the podium, Miss Brooke Guy. In her 4 years at Topeka West, Brooke has been active in many clubs and activities, including volleyball, basketball, soccer, orchestra, band, forensics, and Scholars Bowl. Brooke has been a Link Crew mentor during her sophomore, junior, and senior years. She has been on the honor roll all 4 years, earning an academic letter, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Brooke Guy.
Good morning, honored guests, administration, staff, family, friends, my mother Yvonne, and of course the class of 2019. My name is Brooke Guy, and I had the honor of serving as this year's senior class president. I know everyone is dying to go take pictures outside so they can post on Instagram with inspiring captions, and to go eat free food from 10 different graduation parties. So I'll keep it short. Our first day of high school, 1,371 days ago, we didn't know we were going to walk through a giant gauntlet of people and awkwardly high-five all of their hands. Well, some people didn't high-five anyone. I'm looking at you, Dakota. We didn't know volleyball tryouts were literally the next day, or that band kids had to go to school at 7 a.m. every morning. We didn't know that Swati makes the best brownies. And we definitely didn't know we were not allowed to be in the front row at sporting events. But one thing we did know is that the next 4 years would be full of memories, decisions, and lessons. During the last 4 years, we would have dance parties in the girls' basketball locker room, take naps and karaoke on the way to soccer games, do makeup and take pictures before a show, and try to memorize entire scripts before a forensics tournament. Some of our biggest memories we will never forget: eating lunch with your favorite people, watching Mariani get followed by a bagpipe player, listening to all of Bloom's stories, and finding out that Matt can get so far off topic that entire class periods have nothing to do with class. One of my personal favorites: everyone posting on their Snapchat story during rain or snow on our open campus. So original. When the Spirit bus broke down and people were at the Burger King in Wichita until midnight. Shauna. Making a huge circle on the court after winning basketball games. Tate winning everything. Also beating T-High in double overtime our junior year, with Elijah running into the dub zone, causing a domino effect. Getting elbowed in the stomach at basketball practice. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. And hearing Alana's very loud and distinctive laugh that everyone knows is her. Also watching her bust down with the crown. I could go on, but it would actually take 4 years. Even though we have made so many great memories, it is time to move on and start the next chapter of our lives. We are all going towards different paths, but that doesn't mean we will forget everything. Look around. Think of where you're sitting. You're sitting next to future doctors and scientists, Alexis Harrison and Cameron Cropper, possible celebrities, Alexis Godrow, future teachers, Melissa and Riley, and famous athletes, Zamir. Gabby and Courtney, gonna be pharmacists. And Sierra, I have no idea what you're gonna do, but it's gonna be great. And to everyone who might be a future millionaire, please don't forget about me. But in all seriousness, we would not have made it here if it wasn't for the support we are given. To our families for all of their support and encouragement, thank you. To our teachers for dealing with us pretty much all day for 4 years, thank you. Mr. Thompson, for not giving me a final my sophomore year, thank you. Ms. Burson, for making the test and study guide so similar, thank you. Mr. Rupp, we bought you a cake and you still gave us a final, but thank you. And Mr. Perry, I've never had a class with you, but one day you gave me an apple, so thank you. To our counselors for making sure we are on track to get to this day, thank you. And finally, to Wendy's for being one of the most popular lunch spots that I can afford, thank you. People have sacrificed so much for us to succeed. They make it their job. And they are so proud when we finally walk across this stage, knowing that they did everything they could to prepare us for the future. I know you all probably expected a speech that had tons of advice and inspiring quotes, one that told you to shoot for the stars and that nothing is impossible, but that is not the case. I believe all of that is important. But your past is what made you who you are today. All the memories we've talked about today and the ones we didn't have time for are the stories you'll tell your children one day. These are the good old days. So take advantage. Push yourself to grow and turn into who you want to be. If I leave you with any piece of advice, let it be to do something. Go out and make something of yourself. Don't waste your education and use it to do what you're passionate about it. Make a difference. Never settle and remember where you came from. With that, I say, free Shavakadu. Oh my God, they were roommates. Wish I had my headphones. And James Charles, sister not sorry. Congrats, class of 2018. 19. Thank you. That was totally planned.
Thank you, Brooke. It is my privilege and pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Miss Liz Kalani. Miss Kalani was born in St. Louis, Missouri, where she attended high school and formulated her drive to become a teacher at the age of 10. She attended the University of Kansas, double majoring in art education and art history, with a focus on sculpture. Miss Kalani is currently working on a master's in social and cultural studies and education at the University of Kansas. Ms. Kalani is in her 6th year of teaching. Currently, she teaches jewelry, studio art, and graphic design. Ms. Kalani also works with the theater department in publicity of productions, and costume creations. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019, Board of Education, parents, patrons, and guests, it is my distinct honor to introduce the revered Miss Liz Kalani.
Mr. Cathy, thank you for that very flattering and well-written introduction. that I wrote myself. And a very good morning to all in attendance today. On behalf of the Topeka West class of 2019, I would like to thank our school board members, our District 501 Superintendent, Dr. Tiffany Anderson, as well as my outstanding colleagues, teachers, coaches, mentors, counselors, psychologists, social workers, administrators, and chosen at-school parents. The families that you were born to, the families who chose you, and the families that you chose. Thank you. You're all so important and very loved. Gracias. Ustedes son muy importantes y muy amados. Without you, your child / chosen child / favorite humans on this earth would not be where they are today, May 18th at 10:50 a.m. in Topeka West, Kansas. And with that, on behalf of all these really important and cherished families and mentors that I listed previously, class of 2019, we are so unbelievably proud of you. You, Topeka West Chargers, are a cut above the rest. For many of you, your path to this monumental moment has not been an easy one. You balanced work and school, supported your families, and uplifted your friends. You strove to not only learn about the world, but about yourselves and how to make both of these things better. Many of you have struggled these last 4 years to find your footing in a world where you have found yourself marginalized by an unjust society because of the color of your skin, the language you speak, the people you love, the identity you've come to know, or how you choose to accept your body in a world with faulted beauty standards. No matter what the unjust society tells you, please know that those differences, those beautiful and wonderful, miraculous differences, those things that make you, you, are the things in which you should take pride in and celebrate. The state motto of Kansas, ad astra per aspera, that is, to the stars through hardship, which rings true today. And through those hardships, you all have demonstrated such incredible grace, even if there were times when that grace looked a bit like a newborn baby giraffe learning to walk for the first time. With your hardship, you found support and solace in many extracurricular activities, 13.5 if you're Beth Winkleman, with your job, your friends, your faith, your favorite book or TV show, and probably Game of Thrones. You got through high school because first and foremost, you are smart, worthy, hardworking. Secondly, it's because of someone who is there for you. Each one of you has had someone you counted on, and in return, whether you knew it or not, someone who counted on you. Amy Poehler once said, "I cannot stress enough that the answer to a lot of your life's questions is often found in someone else's face." Try putting your iPhones down every once in a while and look at people's faces. People's faces will tell you amazing things, like if they're angry or nauseous or asleep. When you feel scared, hold someone's hand and look into their eyes. And when you feel brave, do the same thing. You all are here because you are smart and you are brave. And if you add kindness and empathy and the ability to change a tire, you will almost make the perfect person. So, to my perfect students, my loves who I will deeply miss, grab the hands of those around you, metaphorically speaking, and with empathy for each other, make this world better than it has been left. Class of 2019, with those who you have counted on, with those who have counted on you, those who you have never met, but you know their world can be brightened, and those with whom you will meet and build your lives with. I ask you to do this. There are 5 things because I was asked to speak for 10 minutes. 1, build resilient organizations. Use your clout and vote. Do anything to vote because it truly, deeply, absolutely matters. And when you vote, vote with others on your mind, especially when you don't think it applies to you. If anyone can make this world a better place, it's you, Topeka West. Never stop doing to do so, whether that is in a boardroom that is not representative, a community that has not made itself safe for all, or a system that does not serve everyone around you. Speak up. In order to make a change, you have to look at this world, this community, this political system as yours. You own it. When you see something broken, never turn away. If it's broken, use your organization to fix it. 2, build resilient communities. We can only create humanity, what separates us from the rest of nature, with our empathy and our ability to love, our connections with the world, and our recognition in surrounding communities. Be there for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your neighborhood, your community, for the oppressed, because no human is illegal, for those fighting to be seen and heard as equals. No matter what community you find yourself a part of, each is in need of building, reforming, and allyship. Do this with words, gestures, and actions, not just likes and heart eye emojis. 3, learn to love yourself and share that love with others. For the rest of your life, there will be one person whom you will spend every minute of your time with, and that's you. Don't take that for granted. Spend time to get to know yourself. Figure out your passion and pursue it until you live and breathe it. Inspire the world by inspiring those around you. So love yourself. Become really good at something and share it with the world. Inspire the world, even if it's only a small group or one person. To quote the late and cherished Nipsey Hussle, the best thing you can do for a person is to inspire them. The best currency you can offer is inspiration. So when a person can rely on you for that, that empowers them in a very real way in every realm of their life. Being inspired, it empowers them in their relationships, in their business, in their art, in their creativity. Without inspiration and love for yourself, you're dry. 4, it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be like Drake. Learn how to articulate them. The amazing artist, Lizzo, blessed us with her song called Exactly How I Feel, where she unapologetically shares the basic human emotions we so readily conceal. I remember when I was in middle school, I used to come off as very low-key with my emotions, showing no empathy or excitement. I straightened my hair, wore dark eyeliner, wore Etnies skate shoes. Yes, I was channeling Avril Lavigne. And I attempted to come across as I didn't care about anything. It wasn't until high school that I realized how toxic that is and how bad my makeup looked. There is no physical photograph of this time, and I am very thankful for that. So please, be sad. Get to know it and understand it. Take it to dinner. Be happy and enjoy it. Remember it. Make a happy memory, one worth saving for those inevitable bad days. Be angry, be annoyed, be furious, be compelled, be in love, be you. But learn how to communicate these clearly with sincerity and confidence. Most of the social problems we face could be easily solved with effective communication. I promise you, the day I started to allow myself to feel, to understand, convey, and relay my feelings and needs, to recognize those feelings in others, even if I fully could not understand, was the day I became my best self. Have big feelings and speak them openly. Be honest with yourselves and share your truths with others. Continue to share your heart with people, even if it becomes broken in your journey. 5, this is my last one. Indulge in the arts. You knew this one was coming. When you listen to other people's music, look at other people's art, watch movies and films and TV shows about people different from you, read books, yes, paper books, because that's important, by writers or featuring characters who have experienced things you could never fathom. It teaches you how to empathize, how to be a better person, and look at differences with admiration from their ability to express. Indulge in the arts. Class of 2019, in addition to my 5 keys to success, I give you another one. I'm sorry for that bad joke. Live every day from this point forward with a full heart, knowing that you will be torn down 100 times, and more importantly, built back up 101, made stronger and more durable each time by the support you receive from the ones you love and the ones who love you. Stand tall and know you do not stand alone. Once you have learned to embrace the challenges you face, you will find the strength you are capable of. Your accomplishments are not defined by recognition. You are greater than the sum of the things you are recognized for. You are worth the weight in the world, and I am so, so proud of you. Class of 2019, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, Ms. Kalani. Dr. Tiffany Anderson has been a public school educator for over 26 years, and the majority of that time has been as a superintendent. She has improved achievement in rural, urban, and in suburban public school districts. In 2016, Dr. Anderson became the first African-American female superintendent of the Topeka Public Schools. Since Dr. Anderson's arrival, the Topeka Public School District won 2 of their 4 National First Place Magna Awards for equity and innovation. Additionally, under Dr. Anderson's leadership, schools doubled their college course offerings, student attendance increased above 90%, ACT participation increased, achievement scores have increased across the district, and the district virtual school and mobile pantry was started serving thousands of families. Dr. Anderson's publications include her books on transforming schools, along with several articles on high-performing school cultures published in local and national magazines and newspapers. Dr. Anderson earned her undergraduate degree and later her doctorate from St. Louis University in 2001, where she met her late husband, Dr. Stanley Anderson, who was an accomplished OBGYN and one of the first robotic surgeons in Kansas City. Dr. Anderson received her second doctorate, the Doctor of Humane Letters degree, from Eden Theological Seminary for her service to the community and society. Dr. Anderson is a professor of practice for K-State. She is an active member of the Topeka community through her service on the board of the Greater Topeka Chamber, the Jayhawk Area Council, the Topeka Community Foundation Board, and she is on the International Sex Trafficking Board, Freedom Now USA. Dr. Anderson is a member of the South Topeka Rotary, and she volunteers for various Topeka civic and community programs and services. Some of Dr. Anderson's awards include being recognized as one of the top 6 people with purpose at the Oscars for her innovative work in education. Dr. Anderson earned the national recognition from Education Week as one of the national 16 leaders to learn from, and Dr. Anderson was awarded a Lifetime Achievement from President Obama for volunteerism. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tiffany Anderson.
Good morning. Before we start, I'd like to take a moment of silence. There are 2 students who would be in this class, this graduating class, that are not here with us today, and I want to make sure that we acknowledge them, although they didn't have the opportunity to walk in with us, because both are in everlasting life. So if we can take just a brief moment of silence for both Seth Cummings and Kayla Gonzalez. Thank you. As we begin, let me first acknowledge the other administrators that are here with us today. Please hold your applause until I get to the end of this list. First, I'd like to start with the leadership team members. Mr. Larry Robbins, he's the Deputy Superintendent, please stand. Miss Billy Wallace, the Assistant Superintendent, please stand. Mr. Scott Gowan, the Chief Information Officer. We also have Ms. Kruger, who is taking pictures on the floor, and assisting her as well is Dr. McDonald, the District Improvement Specialist. Just wave, Ms. Kruger and Dr. McDonald. Can we give the leadership team members a round of applause? Thank you for your support. Additionally, a tradition that we started back in 2016 when I first started in 2017 was to ask every elementary and middle school administrator who fed into you, who ensured that your children got a running start so that our scholars today could be where they are. We asked for them to join us in the graduation ceremony. I'd like for all elementary and middle school principals to stand and just wave when I call your name, and then you can have a seat after I call your name so I don't miss anyone. And we'll start with our elementary schools. Dr. Gordon in the back, she's with McClure. Sarah Sharp is the District Director of Elementary Education. If you can wave if you're here with us. We also have, I believe that's Miss Norton, that's also in the back from Sheldon Preschool. Miss Pierce from Whitson Elementary. Wow. From McEachran, Vic Williams. Which is really impressive because, as you can see, he has a crutch and he still made it here today. This is not a day that he would want to miss. Thank you for being here, Mr. Williams. Additionally, McCarter Elementary, Miss Cooney. We also have with us Williams Elementary, Mrs. Hayes. And if those individuals who I've called can have a seat, then I can see for our middle schools who all is with us today. From French, we have Miss Hoffman. From Landon, we have Miss Schreiner and Mr. Boggs. We also want to acknowledge from Avondale West, a Topeka West parent, but also an Avondale West administrator. Both Dr. Grimes and Miss Bedoya are both here. Thank you for being here today. I think I've captured everyone. Now, all know that I am the daughter of 2 pastors, and so they kept telling me in the back, be brief. Baptist pastors at that. So I never write anything before I say it. I just stand up and speak from the heart. So this will be a message from the heart for you. And I will certainly do my best to be brief. How perfect it is to follow an art teacher, because truly this canvas is blank and it is yours. It's yours to paint. It's yours to create. It's yours to shape. So it was so perfect. I didn't know who the teacher was that I'd be following, but it could not have been more perfect to talk about how you can transform the world in front of you. Nothing occurs by accident, I believe, and no person crosses your path by accident. And I'll speak to a couple of people in terms of highlighting that. I first want to acknowledge our ACT scholars. If you are an ACT scholar, which means you have above a 32 ACT score, please stand at this time, young people who are ACT scholars. Let's give them an applause. Can I see this list? Among the ACT scholars, this person will be standing again. Mr. Gonzalez is also a Gates Millennium Scholar, which is unusual to have in any district. It means his 4 years and beyond are paid for, and he's one of 300 in the nation. So again, sir, we say hats off to you. Truly a demonstration of excellence. Topeka West stands out for so many reasons. And again, as I work to be brief, some names have come across my path, but I know many of our scholars were already acknowledged. And I'm just going to mention the categories. And young people, scholars, if you fall into that category, we just want you to stand just so we can applaud you one more time and shine a light on you at your ceremony. We have several scholars. I've already mentioned the ACT scholar and our Gates scholar. We also have amongst us the Kansas Board of Region designated scholars. If you're that person, stand up. The Keisha Citizenship Award, the Dale Dennis Excellent Award, the Kansas Governor Scholar, the Girl Scout Gold Award. We have excellence among us. We applaud you and say congratulations. Continue the hard work. You may be seated. And so walking in today, there are several students. We always run in the back and we speak to several students, and several people caught my eye, and then I heard a few stories kind of sitting on the stage of other young people. And I'm going to highlight these because nothing happens by accident. I believe the names came up for a purpose today, and the people that I saw in the back, it was intentional. So I'll start with Keaur Brooks, the young lady who I heard speak. And I love it when people stand, because everyone in this room, it was said so well by our teacher earlier, the room is yours. When you walk in, take charge of it. Know that your purpose and destiny is right there. All you have to do is walk into it. And so be proud when you walk in a room. Be Topeka West proud. Be Charger proud. Miss Brooks, I heard speak two years ago. I was so taken with her manner in which she came across, because she appears to be a quiet young lady until she gets in front of a stage and just speaks from the heart. She this year was our convocation speaker for teachers and had them in tears, 3,000 people. And as we conclude this year, I learned later that her mother is a staff member, a paraprofessional for us, and Keaur has done an amazing job throughout her academic career. She's one of the scholars that stood, and her oratorical skills have given her scholarships beyond what many have received. Keaur, we say hats off to you. Continue bringing your voice to the table. Congratulations, young lady. Every student that plans to go into the military when they leave here, please stand. I shine a light on you because you are the epitome of service above self. If you're up, keep standing. And if you're not going to the military, but you were in the ROTC program, please stand. So military, going to the military, keep standing. ROTC folks, keep standing. These individuals are particularly special, not just because they've already decided to dedicate themselves to protecting everybody in this room, not just because you have direction beyond what many have at your age, but because you stand for service above self. If you've never gone to a Topeka West ROTC event, it is something to marvel at. The two young people that I mentioned when I very first started, both Kayla and Seth, were members of the ROTC program. When they transitioned to everlasting life, and I will tell you, Seth actually, who had a health issue, he had cancer, he actually planned his service, his memorial service, before he passed because he wanted to enjoy it. Who helped give that? The ROTC. Where was his memorial service? The ROTC helped plan that. Both young people. I will tell you, this ROTC wraps their arms around you in a place and in a way I have never seen. So both of the individuals who help with guiding these young people, I say hats off to you and to all who are involved in the Topeka West ROTC. But those that dedicate their 4 years in Topeka West to serve, and those that have chosen to dedicate their lives after Topeka West, you are exceptional. So continue to charge on. Thank you. As I close my remarks, let me say that it would have been something if 2 years ago I had not run into Keaur, because she would not have been the convocation speaker, and I would not have known all the things that she was able to do, which allowed us to continue to highlight and celebrate her. If I had not met Seth Cummings in the hallway, I would not have known to go to his hospital room to meet this young man and to learn his story and to be part of the amazing celebrations to come before he passed. If I had not gone into Topeka West, my first day in Topeka Public Schools, I would not know why many say the slogan, "West is best." I would not know why many talk about the Chargers in bleeding purple. My husband, who he mentioned is my late husband who passed away from multiple myeloma cancer, was a robotic surgeon. The person that discovered robotic surgery, the person that created the Da Vinci robot, was a Topeka West graduate. Nothing happens by accident. So I acknowledge you all here. I want to celebrate our administrators who helped get you here. And students, Topeka West, West is the best, and continue to charge on.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Dr. Mike Morrison was raised in Wichita, Kansas by a family of educators. He attended Wichita Public Schools and graduated from Wichita South High School. He graduated from the University of Kansas, Phi Beta Kappa, with honors in chemistry before attending medical school at the University of Kansas Medical Center. After obtaining an MD degree there, he did a residency in obstetrics and gynecology and moved to Topeka to practice medicine. During a 32-year career, he delivered over 5,000 babies and did numerous surgeries. He served as president of the medical staff at Stormont Vale Hospital and president of the Kansas Medical Education Foundation, chair of the Department of OBGYN at both hospitals, and chair of both the Quality Assurance Committee and the Credentials Committee at Stormont Vale. He was also president of the Lincoln Center OBGYN PA. He retired from medicine in 2012. He had a clinical professor appointment from KU Medical Center and taught residents for 32 years. Further interest in education came from serving as president of the Topeka High PTO and chairperson of the Topeka High Site Council. He is married to Grace Morrison, a retired physician, who is active in the community. He has a daughter, Mackenzie, and 2 stepdaughters, Sarah and Megan, and 5 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Michael Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. Dick, for that wonderful introduction. Graduates of 2019, parents, I had it on my speech, it's 2018 too. Parents, family members, and staff, it is an honor to be a part of the 58th graduating class of Topeka West. It is a pleasure to share in the positive emotions of the people that have supported you graduates through the years. One can feel the electricity in the Expo Center. On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to extend our congratulations. Parents and guardians, I'm sure, are wondering where the years have gone. It was just yesterday when your graduate was toddling off to kindergarten. Of course, living through the years between kindergarten and graduation may seem like an eternity to you graduates, and probably a little bit long for you parents as well. There were many highlights for Topeka West this year that made me proud to be a Board of Education member. The Charger Band made us proud at the Outback Bowl in Florida. Thank you, Mr. Evans. This is one of the highest achieving classes on state assessments. You have a Gates Scholar who we've already recognized in your class. You have won the highest total of number of scholarships in many years. And best, Mr. Dick says, and I quote, "This group is really a great group of kids and very accepting of each other." Now that, accepting of each other, will take you far in your life. That's right. That's right. You are the class of 2019. You are living in a century still in its infancy. There are many huge challenges you may face, but with the challenges come opportunities. The Kansas State Department of Education says that 70% of jobs by 2020 will require more education than a high school diploma. 70%. Many of you plan to go to college, and I talked to some of you, to junior college or technical school. If these are your plans, then you are on the right track and ahead of many. You all are technologically savvy as you have grown up with technology we have today. You get on Facebook, you tweet, you do Snapchat without even thinking about it. Information online is bountiful so that you can research a topic in a matter of seconds. These were the subjects of science fiction for most of the adults in this room when they were your age. With this knowledge of technology will come the solutions to environmental concerns. Global warming, conservation of natural resources, alternative fuel sources are a few of the problems your generation will face and solve. Who knows? Someone in your class may find a cure for cancer. Someone may travel to Mars in a space station, or live in a space station circling the Earth. Your generation may end racism and bigotry. Finally, all people, despite the color of their skin, their gender, or their sexual preference, will be equal in our eyes. Right, you guys can do it. Barack Obama says, and I quote, "Just get involved. Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for your seat at the head of the table. Start out strong in what you decide to do and strive to become a leader." I have to admit that I don't remember my speeches during my graduation. It was a long time ago. So I asked my daughter, who graduated in 2013, if she remembers hers, and she said, Very little. So I asked her what I should say, since no one will remember it anyway. She said, just give one piece of advice that have helped you through your life. So here it is, graduates. My father said, work very hard, and I did. But most of all, care about each other. Be the one who stops to help someone who has collapsed at the side of the road. Be the one who helps someone in distress and calls 911. Be the one who visits family and friends when they are sick, just to hold their hands. Just care about your fellow humans. Do things for people without them knowing just because it's the right thing to do. Maya Angelou said, I have learned people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So think about that. So there it is, graduates. Go forth from here with your high school diploma and do good in the world to make it a better place for all. Congratulations and best of luck in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Morrison. Our next speaker is our valedictorian, Mr. Gideon Holcomb. Gideon's list of accomplishments while at Topeka West include being valedictorian of his class, being a Kansas Honor Scholar, being a Presidential Scholar. Gideon has been on the Superior Honor Roll all 4 years. He has achieved a composite ACT score of 34. He is the recipient of the following scholarships at Washburn University: the Garvey Scholarship, the Kinzer Mathematics Scholarship, Presidential Scholarship, and Wiseman Scholarship. Gideon plans to attend Washburn University in the fall and major in computer information systems. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gideon Holcomb.
Is this close enough? Okay, cool. So before I begin today, I'd like to take a moment to thank my teachers, my classmates, and my family for putting up with me. I know I can be morose sometimes and foolish at others, and I'm hard to deal with, so thank you. Good morning, fellow graduates of the class of 2019. We have spent the past 13 years working towards this day that symbolizes the end of our childhood and the beginning of our adult lives. We each have a set number of days on this earth. And what are you going to do with yours? I hope to provoke each of you to think about that question as I talk to you today. And just a word to the parents, I understand that there's probably a lot of emotions going on right now, some good, some bad, so I'd like to refer you to the song Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds. It starts with, to every thing there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Our time has come to graduate, so, Yep. But Mr. Cathy asked me to speak about high school memories in my speech today. I don't have very many happy memories to share from my high school years. Most of my memories are of us wasting our days rebelling against authority for, well, the sake of rebelling against authority. Since I've been asked to share memories, I'll share a memory that I think makes the point of today's speech pretty well. Remember those yonder pouches that the school spent thousands of taxpayers' dollars on trying to fix the cell phone problem? How many of you complied with the school's policy and used them? How many of you refused to comply? How many of you refused to comply because your friends refused to comply? Did any of you think about the resources of time and money that went into this solution? This is one of probably many examples I could use to demonstrate my point, but there's a certain amount of rebellion expected from children. And I suggest that we do not waste one more minute on such childish things. We're adults now, and it would behoove us to get serious about what we are doing. I've been given this platform to speak to my neighbors today, and I do not intend to waste this opportunity, but to provoke you to make a change in your outlook as you move into adulthood. You may have heard that it is the duty of young people to challenge authority and rebel against the rules. That is not your duty. At the core of rebellion is discontentment, and I'm going to encourage you to do the opposite of that. Be content. Today, you'll receive a freaking high school diploma. That's huge, and you didn't get that by yourself. Many people spent a lot of resources helping you to attain that goal, so be thankful for each person and each resource. Now, what are you going to do tomorrow? The next day? I'm going to encourage you to be content with and thankful for the things that you have every day. I'm not suggesting that you should not have goals and strive every day to meet those goals. What I am suggesting is that once we have done what we can each day, be content with what you have. I'm also suggesting that those goals should not be to serve yourself, just looking out for number one, but be willing to look at those around you and do what you can to help and serve others as well. And for my classmates, another word on your duty, I would refer you to the large sign standing at the corner of 12th and Orleans. So, thank you.
Thank you, Gideon. At this time, we would like to recognize the students of the senior class who are members of the National Honor Society. These students are designated in your program and also designated by the gold cords they are wearing today. National Honor Society students, will you please stand and be recognized? We also have several seniors graduating today who have also earned a certificate from the Washburn Institute of Technology and graduated from there last week. If you are a graduate who has also earned a certificate from Washburn Tech, would you please stand and be recognized? We also have several seniors who, for the first year that it's been open, have participated in programs at the Topeka Center for Advanced Learning and Careers. If you are a senior who participated in one of those programs, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I would also like to recognize several students today receiving the Biliteracy Seal as part of their diploma. This is the second year that students have had the opportunity to graduate with this designation from Topeka West. We have 6 graduates from this class that have earned this designation. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Brian Andrade. Kevin Corona Maciel. Mary Cruz Del Real. Eli Perez. Andrew Valenzuela. And Bryant Venegas. Congratulations, guys. Before we begin with the presentation of the class, it has been tradition that each year the senior class at Topeka West choose their candidates to receive the title of Outstanding Senior Man and Outstanding Senior Woman. Would you please stand and be recognized when your name is called? This year's Outstanding Senior Woman is Keaur Brooks. And this year's Outstanding Senior Man is Tate Donahue. Congratulations to you both. Seniors, I'm proud of the many accomplishments you all have earned in your time at Topeka West, and excited to see what the future has in store for each of you. I know that you've received a phenomenal education from Topeka Public Schools and Topeka West High School. With the education you've received from outstanding teaching staff at Topeka West, Your options are limitless. You can do anything you want. Congratulations and best of luck in your future endeavors. I hope that each of you find success and happiness in everything you do. I should also mention that the class of 2019 has also received $2,774,000 in scholarship offers, the highest total since I've been principal. As diplomas are presented, we would ask with the cooperation of parents and friends of our graduates to remain in the seating areas of the arena. Expo Center policies do not prevent spectators on the arena floor. Professional photographers will be taking pictures of each graduate. Graduates, please enter the ramp to my right. Hand your card to the counselor at the top of the ramp before crossing the stage. Dr. Anderson, Dr. Morrison, and distinguished members of the Board of Education, the students before you have met the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Kansas and the Topeka Public Schools. It is my honor to present to you the graduates of the 58th class from Topeka West High School, the class of 2019.
You ready? Gideon Justice Hockenbarger, honors. Rain Sade Banks, honors. Abigail Joy Berry, honors. Keaur Brooks, honors. Corbin McGuire Cool, honors. Cameron James Cropper, honors. Courtney Brianna Dice, honors. Tate Michael Donahue, honors. John Caleb Eddy, honors. Dawson James Essery, honors. Zach Ryan Forshee, honors. Alexis Ann Godrow, honors. Brianna Brooke Guy, honors. Mara Suzanne Gilbreth, honors. Neva Solana Gonzalez, honors. Angel Moses Gonzalez, honors. Alexis Janae Harrison, honors. Dawson Lee Haymans, honors. Joseph Turner Jacobson, honors. Caleb Michael Jennings, honors. Ariel Danielle Johnson, honors. Ian Scott Johnson, honors. Noah Robert Earl Kubler, honors. Dakota Jaden McLaughlin, honors. Maya Christine Miller, honors. Hannah Jo Nystrom, honors. Samantha Lee O'Hara Arrington, honors. Carinsin Junuen Patron Ariola, honors. Melissa Renee Paz, honors. Taylor Ann Province, honors. Jocelyn Regoza, honors. Trevin Hayes Reinert, honors. Gabriela Sophia Rivera, honors. Julianne Hazel Roberts, honors. Joshua Leonard Rohr, honors. Mariah Lee Rupp, honors. Molly Elizabeth Schrickle, honors. Ethan Michael Sims, honors. Samuel Parker Snyder, honors. Zoe Marie Tippett, honors. Alana Michelle Walker, honors. Erin Renee Watts, honors. Shauna Renelle Wilson, honors. Elizabeth Grace Winkleman, honors. Riley Caroline Zook, honors. Keishiana Mercedes Aquay. Yesmi Berenice Aguirre. Cameron Cordero Aldape. Taina Olivia Alonso. Hassan Salim Anderson II. Brian Andrade. Malik Ayala Arafat. Seth Vaughn Aragon Tolan. Isel Guadalupe Arzate. Xavier Bailey. Tyzale Banks Hall. Eugenia May Barber. Skylar Eugene Barnes. Jacob Wesley Bartlett. Michael Trayvon Beeman. Zamir Jamonte Beard. Joshua Lee Beasley. Devin James Belk. Johnny Davis Belk. Juwan Brandon Lee Benson. Tanner Jonathan Basseni. Oliver Sterling Bidwell. Austin Dean Blazier. Jacob Joseph Blint. Caden Michael Bolsey. Alexander Guile Carter. Mackenzie Monet Carver. Seda Rain Branson. Elijah Briggs. Connor Michael Brown. Nicholas Elisha Burgess. Ethan Nathaniel Burke. Jasper Lee Burns. Sadie Grace Cadwell. Brianna Lynn Cameron. Carlos Rogelio Campos. Kamaya Brickell Carr. Trenton Michael Carroll. Vender Lee Carter III. Diego Ceja Solis. Luis Francisco Cerca. Braden Joseph Chafin. Melena Sophia Chavez. Tracy Joe Chrisman. Elijah James Clanton. Elias Paul Coburn. Kevin Anthony Kaufman. Andrew Jacob Cole. Taylor Michelle Copeland. Jacob Matthew Fessman. Mallory Ann Fletchall. Kevin Heriberto Corona Maciel. Mariah Renee Correa. Adam Daniel Crawford. Maricruz Del Real Lopez. Gabriel Patrick Dobler. Asia Monique Eccles. Jason Richard Eck. Mayella Mercedes Edwards. Damon James Edwards. Ayana Precious Henderson.
Jared Gomez. Jenna Grace Gorton. Dose Cecilia Flores. Hannah Marie Fox.
Hey, Hannah. Corliss said congratulations.
Kaylee Martin Marie Free. Joseph Bradley Fique Burano. Cedrion Deshawnay Campbell. Walker O'Neill Gibson. Daniel Gifford Jr. Jordan Anthony Glenn. Henry Thomas Gehring. Keaur Angelina Johnson. John Shavius Chivorius Cornell Jones Washington. Kaija Centrail Brooke Carr McMurray. Ebony Green Clanton. Caleb Logan Griesacker. Braden Michael Alexander Guerrero. Marquise Andrew Hidalgo. Jade Nicole Homer. Brooke Lynn Hoover. Michaela Jane Howard. Madison Christine Huffman. Luis Enrique Ichita. Sierra Jordan Eve Jackson. Amber Marie Kubler.
Jake Leonard. Caroline Ann Kelly. Corbin Michael Keto. Erica Jade King. Caitlin Abigail Renee King. Caitlin Knopf. Antonio Jose Martinez. Lawanda Keola Oani Victoria Marie Mayfield. Hunter Jax McDaniel. Mariah Michelle McKnight. Shaquem Deshaun Mickey. Darius Michael Miller. Jasmine Blaze Miller. Malachi Adair Lewis. Kevin Nelson Link. Aaron Spencer Longberg. Olivia Faye Lopez. Willow Madison Luther. Lakaya Renee Lyles Genius. Robert Francis Manel. Alexandra Dawn Martin. Sean Tyrell Martin Jr. Alexis Simone Martin. Jeff Dennis Mudoga. Lillian Dove Mechicintino. Eric Daniel Mora. Dalton James Morgan. Trevor John Morrow. Kimberly Dawn Morrow. Ernest Glenn Mosier. Anthony Justin Parcell. Ovante Nashawn Pate Clark. Anthony Javon Perez. Eli Jonathan Perez.
Yeah, that came down after that last thunder roll.
Madison Nicole Peterson.
I mean, it's coming down big time.
Darius Lee Porter. Robert Clayton Pryor III. Blake Anthony Noriega. Maya Savan O'Connor. Leslie Nicole Oates. Daisy Yamali Olivas. Luke Ottman. Hadley Rianne Overstreet. Carla Ruby Pagan. Tanner Joseph Palette. Aria Palmer. Vincent Lee Parker.
Corbin Kane Rainey. Julio Fabian Regalado. Jonathan Quick. Isabella Marlene Quinn. Sydney Louise Sanders. Jared Schooler. Made me an airplane. Tabor Dean Strzok. Caden Lee Sell. Hezekiah Eugene Sexton. Zachary Edmund Sexton. Megan Ann Shambo. Michael Dalton Schamberg. Sarah Marie Sheets. Carolyn Sade J. Shump. Brady William Reichert. Eric Thomas Rethman. Alyssa Grace Roberson. Amia Rodriguez. Kalina Marie Rodriguez. Jacqueline Marie Sanchez. Diamond Ciati Sanchez. Anna Marie K. Sanchez Day. Katasia Monet Starks. Catherine Michelle Stegman. Zamia Nicole Stewart. Madison Renee Stratman. Eli James Smith. Rogerio Garuda Smith. Willie Charles Tucker Jr. Khalid Antonio Turner. Ariana April Denise Turner. Alejandro Marcelo Valdez. Andrew Valenzuela Pichardo. Bryant Ivan Venegas. Jonathan Davis Waggle. Kamaya Tiajane Walton. Michael Carey Ward. Ashley Marie Stricker. Kaya Paige Taylor. Graham Melvin Teeter. Anthony Cortez Thomas. Andre Christian Thompson. Austin Presley Tillman. Jared Blaine Tillman. Brandon Matthew Treglio. Anthony Gage Witt. Cheyenne Carlin White. Alexis Brianna Danae Wiley. Cinnamon Marie Williams. Kale Dixon Williams. Mackenzie Kiara Rain Wheeler. Aubrey Leah Wilson. Mariah Janae Wingo. Kristen Nicole Wishrup. Jillian Nicole Witzke. Brian Maurice Wright Jr. Yeah.
We have that there just for that. Congratulations, class of 2019. At this time, would the Topeka West senior singers please proceed to the front? They will lead the class in the singing of the Topeka West alma mater, and that tradition will mark the ending of today's ceremony.